Hey you guys, welcome to Divine Development. I am Caroline the Divine. I'm so happy that you guys are here today. Really, this is like the meat and potatoes of Level the Fuck Up. This is week 3. So if you haven't watched week 1 or 2, go back and watch it. This is week 3. You can start here, just really whatever you want to do. So last week in my Instagram story, I asked you guys, what are your roadblocks in manifesting? What issues are you guys coming up with that is blocking you from getting you where you want to be? And the number one thing, and just the number one question that I get in general, is how to work past self-limiting beliefs. Self-limiting beliefs are the little voice in our mind that tells us, yes, you can do this, no, you can't do that, you're not worthy, you're not lovable, you don't deserve that job, you are, it's that negative talk inside of our minds that keeps us down here. It keeps us trapped. So I would like to start off with a quote by Dr. Lipton. He says, so many of us are leading limited lives, not because we have to, but because we think we have to. Let that sink in for a second. We are not required to be leading limited lives, but it's because we think we have to limit ourselves that we end up in this situation. So it's super crucial, super essential to work through this stuff if you are going to get where you want to be, if you are going to be happy with your life. And I'm not just talking like a little bit happy, I'm talking blissfully fucking happy, okay? We want to be in a state of bliss all the time, and there's no reason why we can't be. So, okay, let's jump into this. You, my dear, are not your beliefs. You are not your limiting beliefs. And we need to get very clear about that. There is a break between who you are and your essence and what your limiting beliefs are telling you. So getting familiar with that inconsistency and acknowledging that those beliefs are not true will set us in a path where we can start to rewire our belief. Okay? All of our power lies in our beliefs. In fact, in quantum physics, they have realized that nothing is actually solid, right? Nothing is actually any of the tangible stuff that we have. Look at my selenite here. Anything, us, my hair, the car that I drive, as we zoom in with a microscope, we can see on a cellular level, beyond that, on an atomic level, that they're just vibrating energy, and it's within us and it's within the world around us. So when we have limiting beliefs, it actually changes the composition and it changes the interaction of those vibrations and that energy. So if we believe, it can even get down to being physical. If we believe that we're sickly, if we believe that we are going to develop a disease, that we are unhealthy, those things will start to actually manifest in our bodies because it does change it on such a physical level. We will feel it, right? That is truly incredible. So when we are wanting to change these beliefs, the first thing that we need to do is we need to become very aware of what our mind is telling us. And I went over this a little bit a couple weeks ago when I posted a video about self-limiting beliefs. So we need to get very aware of what our mind is telling us. I gave you guys an example in my live the other day about I had gone into a store and I made a relatively large purchase. I walk up to the cashier and I'm getting ready to pay, and I just happened to mention, Well, all I have is 100 on me, so, I hope it's under that. And he said, that's so funny because it's actually $100 even. Well, my first thought was, is this guy screwing me over? Was it really like $80 and then I'm going to pay him 100 and he'll just keep the rest? I started to sink into that thought. And so I walked out feeling like, not 100%, but I walked out with that thought, just that little residue of a thought that maybe I got duped. Maybe I got screwed over. And once we start acknowledging that belief, we go in and we challenge it. We say, like I had mentioned with Byron Katie's The Work, you can use her questions. Those are really great questions to get down to the core belief. So I say, okay, I'm feeling like I got screwed over. Is that true? No, it's not true. And once I realized that he had actually cut me a deal, it completely shifted my belief about this situation, my belief about myself, because then it turned into, well, I'm someone who gets screwed over, to, oh, well, no, actually, I have really incredible social interactions with people and it works in my favor. So after we identify the beliefs, we need to get down to where they started. Where did those beliefs start? And you can actually look back in your life and pinpoint certain patterns with these beliefs. As we look back and we can say, you know what, when was the last time I felt like that? Okay. Well, I felt like that when my house got broken into. I felt like that when I had someone steal money from me. So we go back to those individual incidents and we take the time to meet ourselves where we were in that place and go give yourself a hug. Go mentally visualize yourself walking into that situation with the knowledge that you have now, and you give your old self a hug and you show your old self compassion and love. Once we can do that with all of these little situations in our lives that we've given meaning to, and we've sprung beliefs out of these situations, if we can go back and dismantle those situations with the perspective that we have now and the love that we have now, it will completely change all of the beliefs that derive from those experiences that are still running in our lives and fucking up our abundance. That's exactly what's happening. We're running as if those beliefs are still true, and they're not. And they will completely halt any progress that you're wanting to make. So, another key important aspect when we start doing this work is to go back and look at ourselves without judgment. There should be no judgment here. We're just looking at it out of curiosity. Where did this belief come from? I wonder. And as we go back and observe these patterns, it can be very easy to slip into, God, why did I think that way? And start coming from a place of judgment. And that's not what we're trying to do. We want to look at it very clearly. This is what happened. These were the circumstances. Create some looseness in that event. Maybe think, well, maybe that's not what the other person intended at all. And don't even get down into all of the details of the situation, because once we start doing that, then you're going to end up getting stuck again. Because really it's not about what happened, if someone was right, if we were wrong. It's not about that at all. It's about creating peace for ourselves today. So whatever you need to do to go back into your past and create closure around these beliefs, it's going to bring you a lot of freedom today. So I am so excited to see you guys go out there and start delving into what is holding you back. I have got a challenge for you. I want you to comment below into the comments section, okay? Take a limiting belief that you have, and we are going to flip it around into an affirmation. So if we say, I am not good with money, I want you to comment below, I am amazing with money. And it flows to me freely. It just comes to me. I open up my mailbox and there's a check, okay? If your belief is, I'm not capable, or people don't listen to me, you say, people respect everything that I have to say. I have great friends who value my opinion. I am worthy. I am capable. Okay, so comment below. I want to know, what are you stating today? What are you manifesting just by claiming that it is true? Comment below. My business is successful. I am happy. I am more wealthy than I know what to do with. Whatever it is, comment below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, this is Divine Development, and I am Caroline the Divine.